Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter who lived in a small village. Every day, he would go to the nearby forest, chop wood, and sell it to earn his living. One fine day, just like any other, he set off for the forest. He worked hard. He worked hard, cutting down trees and gathering the wood. As the day grew hot, he felt a deep thirst in his throat. Spotting a nearby stream, he hurried over to quench his thirst. But, as fate would have it, when he bent down to scoop up some water, his trusty axe slipped from his hand and fell into the stream. The woodcutter was devastated. His axe was his most prized possession, and without it he couldn't work. He sat by a tree, deep in thought, trying to figure out what to do. Tired and lost in his thoughts, he eventually fell into a deep sleep. When he woke up, the sun was beginning to set, and he rushed back to the stream, hoping to find his axe. To his dismay, the axe was nowhere to be seen. He looked around, his heart sinking. Just as he was about to give up, a shimmering figure rose from the water. It was a fairy, her eyes kind and her voice gentle. "Why are you so worried, dear woodcutter?" she asked, concern in her eyes. He explained his predicament, how he had lost his axe in the stream. The fairy smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll help you." With a graceful dive, she disappeared into the water. Moments later, she emerged, holding an axe made of pure gold. She extended it to him, but he shook his head. "This isn't mine," he said, shaking his head in disbelief. Undeterred, the fairy dove back into the water. This time she returned with an axe made of shining silver. Again, the woodcutter declined, thanking her for her kindness, but insisting it wasn't his. The fairy nodded, understanding his honesty. She took one more dive, and this time, when she resurfaced, she held out the woodcutter's own axe, its familiar handle gleaming in the sunlight. Tears of joy filled the woodcutter's eyes. "Yes, yes, this is mine," he exclaimed, overjoyed. The fairy was deeply moved by the woodcutter's honesty and integrity. She handed him all 3 axes as a reward for his unwavering truthfulness. With a heart full of gratitude, the woodcutter returned home, his steps light and his spirits high. From that day on, he never forgot the lesson he learned about the value of honesty, and so the woodcutter's story became a cherished tale, passed down through generations, reminding all who heard it of the enduring power of honesty and the